The Pentagon just dropped a bombshell that could reshape America's military budget forever. The Air Force wants 500 of the most advanced fighter jets ever built, the Boeing F-47 NGAD. Each one costs more than most countries spend on their entire Air Force. We're talking about a price tag so massive it could fund NASA for an entire decade. But here's the kicker. China is building stealth fighters faster than anyone imagined, and our current jets can barely stay in the air. This is the story of how America's next-generation air dominance could either secure our skies for the next 50 years or break the defense budget in ways we've never seen before. The F-47 isn't just another fighter jet. It's a technological marvel that makes the F-22 Raptor look like yesterday's news. President Trump himself announced this program just months ago, calling it something the world has never seen before.
It's something the likes of which nobody has seen before.
But what he didn't mention was the staggering reality behind the numbers. Military analysts are now saying we don't just need the planned 185 F-47s. We might need triple that number to maintain air superiority against our adversaries. If you're passionate about America's military strength and want to see our Air Force stay ahead of every threat, let us know in the comments below. Your voice matters in this conversation about our nation's defense. The shocking reality of modern air power. Here's something that will surprise you. Right now, at this very moment, only half of our F-35 Lightning fighters are actually ready for combat. That's right. Out of 302 F-35s in the Air Force fleet, only 155 can take off and fight if we needed them tomorrow. The mission-ready rate has crashed from 69% just 4 years ago to barely 51% today. It gets worse. Our crown jewel, the F-22 Raptor, the most advanced air superiority fighter in the world until now, has only 143 combat-ready aircraft out of 185 total. Think about that for a moment. We built the most expensive fighter program in history, and 3/4 of a century later, we can field fewer than 150 of them when it matters most. Meanwhile, China has been busy, very busy. Intelligence reports suggest they've already built over 200 J-20 stealth fighters, their answer to our F-22. But that's not even the scary part. They're not slowing down. Every month, more J-20s roll off their production lines while our maintenance hangars struggle to keep our existing fighters airworthy. The math is simple and terrifying. In a real conflict, we could be outnumbered by Chinese stealth fighters for the first time since World War II. This isn't about politics. This is about cold, hard, military reality. Why the F-47 changes everything. But wait, there's something even more critical coming. The F-47 NGAD represents a quantum leap beyond anything flying today. When Air Force Chief of Staff General David Allvin unveiled the basic specifications, even seasoned military experts were stunned. This isn't just a better fighter jet. The F-47 can fly over 1,000 nautical miles from base to target, nearly double the range of an F-22. It's faster than Mach 2, carries more weapons, and features stealth technology so advanced it makes current jets look like they're carrying neon signs. Here's where it gets really interesting. The F-47 isn't designed to fight alone. It commands a squadron of AI-powered drone wingmen called collaborative combat aircraft. Picture this: one F-47 pilot controlling multiple unmanned fighters, creating a swarm of coordinated air power that no enemy has ever faced before. Boeing has been secretly testing prototype versions since 2020. The X-planes have flown hundreds of hours, proving technologies that seemed like science fiction just a decade ago. These aren't experimental concepts anymore. They're proven systems ready for production. Before we dive deeper, please take a second to like this video and subscribe. Over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. The engineering breakthrough is staggering. Traditional fighters need massive maintenance crews and specialized facilities. The F-47 is designed to operate with significantly less support infrastructure. It can deploy faster, fight longer, and return to service quicker than any fighter in history. The budget reality check. Now here's where things get really intense. The current F-47 program calls for 185 aircraft at roughly $300 million each. Do the math. That's $55.5 billion just for the jets themselves, not counting development costs, training, or support infrastructure. But defense analysts are saying 185 fighters won't be enough, not even close. To truly guarantee air superiority against China and other emerging threats, America might need 500 F-47s, 500 of the most expensive fighter jets ever built. Let's put that in perspective. 500 F-47s would cost $150 billion, more than the entire annual budget of most federal departments. That's enough money to fund the Department of Education for 2 years, or NASA for an entire decade. It's more than the GDP of most countries. The Pentagon is already planning to spend $20 billion on NGAD development between 2025 and 2029. That's just the beginning. The full program, including all 500 proposed aircraft, could easily exceed $300 billion over its lifetime. Some critics are calling it the most expensive military program in American history. Others say it's the most necessary investment we've ever made. The truth is probably somewhere in between, but the stakes couldn't be higher. Here's what makes this even more complex. The Air Force has to balance this massive investment against other critical needs. Every dollar spent on F-47s is a dollar not spent on bombers, transport aircraft, or space systems. It's a strategic gamble on the future of air warfare. China's growing threat. Why are we even considering such a massive investment? The answer lies 7,000 miles away in China's aircraft factories. While America debated the F-47's cost, Chinese engineers never stopped working. The J-20 Mighty Dragon isn't just a copy of American technology, it's a genuine threat with some impressive capabilities. It can fly 1,100 nautical miles without refueling, giving it more range than our F-22 or F-35. In a Pacific conflict, range isn't just an advantage, it's everything. China isn't stopping with the J-20. Their new J-35 stealth fighter is entering service, designed specifically for aircraft carrier operations. For the first time, China will have stealth fighters that can project power across the Pacific Ocean. Every American base from Japan to Guam is now within their potential reach. But here's what really keeps Pentagon planners awake at night. China is also developing sixth-generation fighters. The mysterious J-36, glimpsed in satellite photos, could represent technology that rivals or even surpasses the F-47. The timeline for Chinese sixth-generation fighters keeps accelerating, catching American intelligence by surprise. Russia adds another layer of complexity. Their Su-57 Felon may not match American stealth technology, but they're building more of them every year. In a two-front conflict scenario, America could face hundreds of enemy stealth fighters simultaneously. The geographic reality is stark. Most potential conflict zones are in the Pacific, where vast distances favor fighters with longer range and greater endurance. Chinese fighters operating from mainland bases can reach targets that American fighters, constrained by shorter range, simply cannot engage effectively. The industrial challenge. Building 500 F-47s isn't just about money. It's about industrial capacity that barely exists anymore. Boeing's fighter production lines have been struggling for years. The company has faced massive losses on recent military contracts, and the F-47 program represents their chance at redemption. But there's a problem. America's defense industrial base has shrunk dramatically since the Cold War. We have fewer factories, fewer skilled workers, and less manufacturing capacity than we had in the 1980s. Ramping up to produce 500 of the world's most complex fighters will require rebuilding capabilities we've let atrophy. The supply chain challenges are enormous. Each F-47 requires thousands of specialized components from hundreds of suppliers across the country. Many of these suppliers are small companies with limited capacity. Scaling up production means scaling up an entire industrial ecosystem. Consider the advanced materials alone. The F-47's stealth coating uses exotic compounds that only a handful of companies can produce. Its engines require superalloys that demand specialized furnaces and precise manufacturing processes. Even the computer systems need custom chips designed specifically for military applications. The Air Force estimates it will take until 2028 just to get the first production F-47 flying. Reaching full production capacity for 500 aircraft could take well into the 2030s. That's a decade-long industrial mobilization not seen since World War II. But here's the encouraging part. American industry has met impossible challenges before. When the nation needed B-17 bombers, Detroit retooled overnight. When we needed atomic weapons, we built entire cities in the desert. The F-47 program, massive as it is, represents the same kind of national commitment to staying ahead of our adversaries. The strategic payoff. Despite the staggering costs, military strategists argue the F-47 program could be the bargain of the century. Air superiority isn't just about winning battles, it's about preventing wars entirely. When potential adversaries know they cannot control the skies, they're far less likely to start conflicts in the first place. The F-47's capabilities extend far beyond traditional air-to-air combat. Its advanced sensors can track enemy movements across hundreds of miles. Its electronic warfare systems can disrupt enemy communications and radar networks. Its long range means it can strike targets deep inside enemy territory while operating from secure bases. Most importantly, the F-47 is designed to dominate the electromagnetic spectrum. Modern warfare isn't just about missiles and bombs, it's about information, communications, and electronic systems. The F-47 can see enemy forces while remaining invisible, communicate securely across vast distances, and coordinate complex operations in real time. The drone wingman capability multiplies these advantages exponentially. A single F-47 can coordinate attacks by multiple unmanned aircraft, creating overwhelming local superiority even when outnumbered overall. It's like having a quarterback who can control multiple players simultaneously on a three-dimensional battlefield. For our allies, the F-47 represents reassurance that America remains committed to defending freedom worldwide. Japan, South Korea, Australia, and other Pacific partners are watching this program closely. They know that American air superiority protects their sovereignty as much as ours. The alternatives and risks. Some defense experts suggest alternatives to building 500 F-47s. Maybe we could upgrade existing F-22s with new technology. Perhaps we could build more F-35s instead of investing in an entirely new fighter. These options sound appealing until you examine the details. Upgrading F-22s is like putting a supercomputer in a 1990s laptop case. The fundamental airframe and systems are designed for yesterday's threats. Making them competitive with sixth-generation fighters would cost almost as much as building new F-47s without delivering the same capability. Building more F-35s is cheaper per aircraft, but it doesn't solve the range problem. In Pacific distances, even the most advanced F-35 cannot reach targets that Chinese fighters can easily engage. It's the wrong tool for the job, no matter how well built. The risk of not building enough F-47s is profound. If China achieves air superiority over Taiwan, the entire Pacific balance of power shifts overnight. If they can threaten American bases in Japan and Guam, our ability to project power in the region collapses. But the risk of building too many F-47s is also real. Defense budgets aren't unlimited, even for the world's largest military. Every dollar spent on fighters is a dollar not spent on ships, missiles, or cyber warfare capabilities. The opportunity cost is enormous. The timing risk might be the greatest of all. If the F-47 program falls behind schedule while Chinese fighter production accelerates, we could face a capability gap exactly when we can least afford one. The 2030s could see American air power at its weakest point in generations. Conclusion: the debate over 500 F-47 fighters represents more than just defense spending. It's about the kind of nation America chooses to be in the 21st century. Are we willing to make the investments necessary to maintain military superiority even when the costs seem overwhelming? History suggests that investing in dominant military technology, while expensive, is far cheaper than fighting wars without it. The F-47 program could prevent conflicts that would cost trillions of dollars and thousands of American lives. The men and women of our Air Force deserve the best equipment we can give them. They've never asked for easy missions or simple challenges. They've only asked for the tools they need to protect America and our allies. The F-47 represents our commitment to giving them exactly that. Whether Congress approves funding for 185 F-47s or expands the program to 500, one thing is certain: American air power will remain the envy of the world. Our enemies will think twice before challenging skies protected by the most advanced fighters ever built. The price tag is enormous, but the cost of falling behind would be far greater. America's military strength has guaranteed global stability for decades. The F-47 program ensures that strength continues into the next generation. If this analysis has given you new insight into America's defense challenges, hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth military coverage. The future of American air power depends on citizens who understand what's at stake.